Thank you, Sammy, for turning on my camera. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Sam. Good morning, Henry.
Good morning.
Hi.
Good morning, Samantha and Benny. Good morning, Zayra and Oliver and Iris. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Hannah and Noah. Hi, Kayla and class. Hi, Mattia and Madeline. And good morning, Zachary, Aria, and Colin.
That's a lot of people.
I know that. Like, why is there so many people?
We have so many friends. The name of today's story is called Bravo, Livingston Mouse. Can you predict? Turn to someone next to you and predict what will this story be about.
I think I already kind of got a clue from Mimi, but if you still want me to predict.
I'm waiting for predictions.
I'm not even saying.
Here, I'll predict. It's probably going to be something about stuffed animals. You probably know why.
So this is written by Pamela, Duncan, Edwards, and Henry Cole. The reason Henry said stuffed animals is because I said grab a couple of props for the story. But he's right when he says it'll be about animals. And you might have predicted that since the name of the main character is Livingston Mouse. This book is the coloring is kind of dark. I'll hold it up so you can see. Let's see what this story is all about. One night, Livingston Mouse put on his explorer hat and set off to investigate the wild wood. What's an explorer hat? Does anybody know? So I'm going to show you this picture. Look how dark it is. I'll hold that up there while I'm reading. As Livingston ran into a clearing, he found a woodpecker and a beaver building a stage. "It's for the dance performance by special artists," said the woodpecker proudly. "The show starts in an hour. If you hurry, you might catch the foxes rehearsing their foxtrot." "That's funny," said the beaver, pointing to the edge of the clearing. "Great," said Livingston. "Save me a seat for the show." Does anyone know what a foxtrot is?
No.
It's like a baby almost.
No, all I know is horses trot.
So when Mimi and Papa were growing up, the foxtrot was the name of a dance that people did, and it was actually before my time. It's a very old-fashioned dance. So the foxtrot is the name of a dance. As Livingston ran on, he heard the sound of quarreling. Let me hear everybody quarrel. Go ahead, take a minute to quarrel.
Henry, you are bad at Minecraft.
I'm not.
No. Okay, that was an example of quarreling. "The foxes are panicking," explained a cicada. "It's only an hour before the curtain goes up and they still can't get their foxtrot right." As Livingston watched, the foxes started shuffling through the grass, arguing loudly. Do you ever argue loudly with your brother or sister?
I do it all the time.
Yeah.
It's normal. That happens. "You stepped on my paw again. It's your own fault. I've told you 100 times. You go backward, I go forward. I'm sorry I ever said I'd be your partner." How are the foxes getting along?
Not really well, I think.
That happens with brothers and sisters. It happens. It's normal. "Excuse me," said Livingston. "You really make a handsome couple, but I think your rhythm is off." What does that mean, your rhythm is off?
IDK.
So when your rhythm is off, it's just when you're not getting it together. Something's not going well. "I beg your pardon," said one of the foxes. "How many times have you danced the foxtrot?" "Never," replied Livingston. "Exactly," cried the fox. "Why should we listen to someone with no foxtrot experience? Go away." "Pay no attention, the cicada told Livingston. "Foxes are very bad-mannered." Do people like to get advice from someone who has not had experience?
Not really.
Not really. Now, if you look real closely, you're going to see a lot of snakes. Look at them. As Livingston and the cicada wandered off, they came across a bored-looking bee. "The twist, rehearsal 32, he buzzed with a yawn. "Have you ever done the twist?" That's a dance that I've done when I was in high school. Half a dozen snakes reared up from the ground, wriggling violently. "We're tied up again," wailed one. "That's because you keep going left when you should go right," shouted another. "Get your tail out of my eye," bellowed a third. How are the snakes getting along?
I don't think they're getting along either well.
Right. Talk to someone next to you and tell your answer. So the foxes aren't getting along well. The snakes aren't getting along well. What's going to happen next? Let's see, who's Livingston going to meet? Excuse me, said Livingston. I really like the way you wriggle, but I think your rhythm's off. Does that sound familiar? Did he say that before? I beg your pardon, said one of the snakes. We do not wriggle. We slither. Do you slither? No, replied Livingston. I scurry. What do you do? How do you move?
We walk.
Right.
And spread. And even I rode a horse that
Right.
trotted.
We walk.
Galloped, and no, maybe not gallop, but walk.
Exactly, cried the snake. Why should we waste time speaking to a creature that scurries? Go away. Oh, poor Livingston. Is anything working out for him so far?
No.
I'm fed up with these stubborn snakes, cried the bee, and he flew off with Livingston and the cicada. I wonder what's going to happen next. Turn to someone next to you and make a prediction. So far, things aren't going very well. This page is very dark. I'll hold it up for you to see the cicada. Do you know what a cicada is?
Yeah, we used to have thousands of them in our backyard.
Yeah, so it's a type of a bug. Stupid shoes, cried a voice suddenly, and a centipede stumbled into view. Oh, that's a centipede. He's supposed to perform the clog dance tonight, chirped a grasshopper, but he keeps tripping over his boots. Why is that funny? Is this a true story?
Not seems like it.
No, this is fiction. Right, because would a centipede be wearing shoes?
No, they wouldn't.
Look at that beautiful artwork, even though he does have a lot of feet. Okay, let's see what's going to happen next. Excuse me, said Livingston to the centipede. I really like your shoes, but I think your rhythm's off. Have you heard that before? I wonder if you've ever had your rhythm off. I beg your pardon, said the centipede. How many feet do you have? 4, said Livingston.
2.
Boys and girls, how many feet do you have?
2. The answer's 2.
Right. Exactly, cried the centipede. How can a creature with 4 feet give advice to someone with 50 feet? Go away. Oh, boys and girls, he's not having any luck trying to help out his friends with the dance. What should he do? Wait for me, cried the grasshopper. I've had enough of this bad-tempered centipede. I'm coming with you. So did you notice each time somebody joined Arthur? Okay. What now? On a patch of grass, 8 frogs faced each other in a square. Bow to your corner, creaked a large frog. Let me see, he cried. Do-si-do. Yes, that's it. Do-si-do. Take your partner. No, don't. Bow to each other instead. I think. Wait a minute. What are they getting ready to do? Have you ever heard of this dance? It's called the square dance. Ouch, cried the frogs as they fell over each other. Oh, look at that picture. He's mixing them all up, chirped the katydid. He's a hopeless square dance caller, giggled Cricket. I get so confused, wailed the large frog. Any luck yet with the dancing? No, not yet. I think it's time for his luck to change. Look at that picture of that frog. How does he look? Angry, exasperated, frustrated? Look at his mouth. His mouth is turning down.
I do not know.
Let's find out. Excuse me, said Livingston. You have a beautiful voice, but I think your rhythm is off. Oh, no, he said that again. I beg your pardon, said the frog. Did you squeak? Yes, replied Livingston. Exactly, cried the frog. How can a creature that squeaks know anything about croaking square dance instructions? Go away. Oh, he's still not having any luck. How rude,
I think you should just give up.
tooted the late Katie did.
I should just give up and wait till tomorrow.
Let's see what he does. Come with me, said Livingston to the cicada, the bee, the grasshopper, the cricket, and the katydid. I have an idea. He has an idea. What do you think his idea is going to be?
Yeah,
Turn to someone next to you and tell them, what do you think his idea is going to be? Henry said he could give up and wait till tomorrow, and sometimes that's the best thing to do, but sometimes you can think of a plan. Let's find out. The moon was high as the woodland creatures gathered in the clearing. Quiet, please, called the woodpecker. For our first performance, the foxes will dance the foxtrot. The terrified foxes stood staring at each other, paws rooted to the stage. Then into the clearing marched Livingston Mouse and his insect band, humming, buzzing, chirping, chirruping, and strumming. Slow, slow, quick, quick went the rhythm. Is this going to work? Is his band going to do the trick? Let's see. Suddenly the foxes began to dance. Around and around they whirled in time to the music. What perfect rhythm, cried the woodpecker. What a perfect foxtrot. Livingston raised his baton once more. What's a baton?
It's kind of like a stick.
Yeah, it is a stick. Have you ever seen anyone use a baton?
Yeah, using a school concert, I think.
That's right, at a school concert. You might have seen it. Thanks, Sammy. The band played the twist for the snakes. The snakes slithered and twisted, hissing with glee. Click, clack, click went 50 centipede feet as the band played a clog dance. And that's something you might have seen on stage or at the Kennedy Center. The frogs bowed and do-si-doed and do-si-doed again. Swing your partner, cried the frog as he croaked his square dance instructions in time to the music. At last, as pale light shone through the treetops, Livingston laid down his baton. 3 cheers for Maestro Livingston Mouse, cried the woodland creatures. You saved our show. Will you play for all our performances? I will, said Livingston. Oh, look at the beautiful picture in the woodlands. And that's exactly what he did.
Good.
How did Livingston Mouse make a difference? In the beginning, everybody was having trouble getting along. And he kept saying, you don't have your rhythm down. What happened that changed? Turn to someone next to you and tell what happened.
Yeah.
Having a good leader, having Livingston do the baton and play the music. When you have a good leader, you can get things organized. So then whatever animals you have can dance together. So your good leader would be usually your teachers or your parents. When you have good parents and you're quarreling and not getting along, think about how they help you solve problems. Has that ever happened with you when you were having a problem getting along with your brother or sister and your parents came up with a plan? Stop arguing, stop quarreling. So think of a plan and how can you solve a problem. So thanks for joining us for today's story. I'm hoping when you're done with the story that you can get a pencil or colored pencils or crayons and draw some pictures of some animals. And
Here's some examples of
are they going to be getting along or are they going to be quarreling?
Wait, no, they
And-
eat each other.
And if they're not getting along, then it's your job to come up with a plan how to solve the
naturally
problem.
eats crab. Like, he eats the crab and he eats the
So
crab. So they
you-
need to argue who eats the crab.
And that could be your story that you write and draw a picture of.
I'm not really going to do it. I'm just going to draw the animal and put a brain, like those brain thought things. And I'm just going to say breakfast.
I'd love you to draw an animal and write some words.
I like taking over the camera.
Thanks for joining us, boys and girls. Have a great day. And I can't wait to see what you draw and write about. Love from Mimi.
And
Bye.
me. Don't forget me.